Welcome back to the Small College Basketball Podcast. My name is Chris Cottrell, and with more than 10 years of small college basketball coaching experience and entering our third season of full coverage here on the Small College Basketball Podcast, this is the only podcast with interviews, news, and highlights that celebrates the incredible coaches, players, and programs across all of small college basketball, celebrating NCAA Division II, NCAA Division III, the MIAA, the NCCAA, and the USCAA. Small College Basketball would like to thank Visit Central Florida for their support of the podcast and the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame Classic. Start planning your Central Florida vacation now at visitcentralflorida.com. That's visitcentralflorida.com. Welcome back to the Small College Basketball Podcast. Of course, I'm Chris Cottrell, and we are celebrating the players, the programs, the coaches, and the history of small college basketball. We have to thank Visit Central Florida for their support of the podcast and their support of the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame Classic. So if you haven't done so already, go to Central Florida, visit centralflorida.com, and plan your Central Florida vacation. Today's guest, man, this is exciting. I am really excited about this one. He is a special individual, a special player, someone I've admired from afar, and someone I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar with, but are going to get a chance to actually meet from our discussions in the past. Trevor Hudgins, former Northwest Missouri State standout, current guard, overseas in the Euroleague and France's Euroleague in Le Mans. Trevor, man, we've been working on getting this scheduled. Thank you so much for doing this.
No, thank you. Thank you. I'm excited.
And if you would just explain, where you're at in France, what region, what city, and how everything's going over there. You just got over there recently, within the last 10 days or so.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm in Le Mans. It's about, I would say, 2.5 hours away from Paris, the west of Paris. It's a good size town. Got over here less than a month ago, so everything's new to me. I'm still learning a bunch of things. Still have to use the GPS to get around. So no, it's been pretty fun though. Learning a lot, so I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and it's early on for you in your season with them. Right now you're coming off the bench. How's the transition been from, NBA workouts and your opportunity with the Rockets to now playing here in France?
It's just a totally different game over here. Just the defensive schemes to even the pick and rolls in the NBA is different than the pick and rolls over here and the defensive schemes we have over here. Um, it's smaller space. The 3-point line is shorter than the NBA. But the players aren't shorter. It feels like competitiveness is at an all-time high over here, I think. Every single night is competitive, and I feel like every game matters over here. Um, as the NBA, I think 82 games. I think they get a bad rep that they don't think a lot of the players play hard and stuff like that, and it's all about offense. Over here, I don't think there's a bad rep about anything over here. It's probably the best basketball I've played. I think besides probably Northwest, in terms of just IQ and just everyone's smart, everyone can shoot, and it's just a high level basketball over here.
Yeah, so this transition obviously has been within the last month. Last month, we did have the opportunity, though, to announce an award that was named in your honor. Small college basketball, John McCarthy announced at the Small College Basketball Hall of Fame induction ceremony the creation of the Trevor Hudgins Award. And we're going to talk about what it means in a moment. Well, when John called you, what was your first emotion?
I was shocked at first. I was actually in the airport going back to Houston for the summertime. but he called me and he was, telling me about an award and everything, and then he was like, "How'd you like it if we named it after you?" And I was just like, "I'd be honored." Like that's the first thing that came out of my mouth. And I'm very honored to even be, a thought in this whole thing. You know, he called me and the rest is history. It took some time to work some things out and get it orchestrated, and it turned out to be a reality, and now it's here, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, so the award for the listeners is presented annually to the senior who has had the finest overall 4-year career inside of small college basketball. That can be NCAA Division II, NCAA Division III. It can be the NAIA, USCAA, or the NCCAA. And the considerations are, of course, the stats, the achievements, team achievements, individual awards, personal character. For you, all of which are beyond reproach. But that player, in order to receive the award, must play their entire career at the small college level. And when you committed to Northwest Missouri State and Coach Ben McCollum, in your wildest dreams, did you ever imagine that your college basketball career would end up this way, where, try out for the Rockets, multiple national championships, multiple Player of the Year awards, and, now you're in France playing professionally with an award named after you? I mean, this is your career, man, has been tremendous. And so in your wildest dreams, like, what did you think was going to happen?
Um, I don't even know. Not none of this. None of this. I didn't think was gonna happen. Um, I didn't even know if we were gonna win a championship. But through the grace of God, everything happened, and I'm extremely blessed just to, be able to go through it all and have the teammates I've had and the coaching staff and just the support group around me, my family, friends, the fans from Northwest, and it's just a blessing just to even be a part of all this and just getting to the highest level of the NBA and being on two-way. Um, just going to the Rockets locker room every single day was still a shock to me. It was a dream come true. And then now still playing professionally overseas. I couldn't even picture it. I couldn't even picture this in 2017, 2018, but it's here now, and I'm just keep it going, keep it rolling, and we'll see how it goes.
You mentioned your coaching staff and, of course, Coach McCollum. Um, Talk about your relationship with Coach McCollum, because he is considered to be, as he should be, one of the best coaches in all of college basketball, regardless of level. Offensively, he's terrific. And of course, he gets you to play hard and compete defensively and on the glass. So talk about your relationship with Coach McCollum, maybe where it started, because he's tough on freshmen and on point guards, and then
Yeah.
where it ended up.
Um, when I first got there, we had Justin Pitts, D2 Player of the Year. So, that was kind of his main focus, because he played 40 minutes. So when I got there, I was just kind of, the freshman trying to defend Justin Pitts and getting whooped every day by him. It wasn't really that much fun, but it helped me out in the process. And then the next year, um, we actually went 38-0 that year. He was kind of on me a little bit more, and we kind of built a relationship more that year, I feel like. And we went 38-0, and for a good reason too. Like you said, he's a great coach, offensively and defensively. And I think he's really good at like building a relationship with you, and then knowing how you work and how you respond to things and all of that, while still letting you have fun. And I feel like he did that with me, and he knows how to push you for sure, because he definitely still pushes me to this day. He still, gives me that competitive edge. We talk almost every week. But just my second year, he kind of turned it up on me a little bit, and he almost asked, like, are you really serious about basketball? Do you really want to be great? And I told him yes, and that's when things started to change. I think that's when my game went to another level. Uh, and after that, I started getting NBA workouts, and all sorts of things started falling into place. And I appreciate everything he's done for me, and still does for me. And I couldn't thank him enough.
I want to circle back to something you said. You mentioned that in your first year as a freshman, you're getting your butt whooped by Justin Pitts, and he's playing 40 minutes a game.
Yeah.
What is your message to, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more, but like, what is your message to college freshmen? Because you were an outstanding high school player in Kansas. And when you go to college, it's another level. I mean, so what would your message be to, a college freshman trying to get time?
I would just say compete, be a sponge, learn from everyone. Um, I mean, you can always work hard and everything, but you gotta have some feel, and you gotta understand what the coaches want, and the offense and defense, and then as well as having trust with your teammates, so you can play your best. And I think that all comes with the relationships you have with your teammates. So spend as much time as you can with your teammates, to build that trust relationship. So when you're on the court, everything is smooth. And at the end of the day, it's basketball. Have some fun. Compete as always, but have some fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that's such an important message, because it is a huge jump from guys to play, at the high school level to any level of college is a huge jump. And so I think that's a terrific message, especially you're playing behind Justin Pitts. You're trying to get time. He's really good. You're also really good. You're only going to make each other better if you can handle it, right?
Yeah.
Um, what's your best Coach McCollum story? There's got to be something. You got to have one in the archives for us.
Um, Man, best story. Best story.
Or maybe
Um,
what's a moment that the listeners wouldn't expect? Like everyone, like, we all know Coach McCollum is like very focused, very intense. Like, what's something the listeners wouldn't expect to know about him?
man, I don't know. I would say he's just he's goofy outside of basketball. Like
Yeah.
he's funny. Like he flips the switch when it's time to play like a game. Intensity, Coach Matt comes out. But when we're off the court and we're just hanging out, like he's a pretty funny guy. Fun to be around, definitely. You know, he's just a good guy at the end of the day. He's not the intense coach that's scary to the freshmen, but
Yeah.
um, that's probably what I would say. And then a story. Um, I mean, first thing that comes to mind is the 38 no year. Um, and it was around, I think, Christmas break, and we had a huge storm, like snowstorm, huge snowstorm. Like I think the snow came up to my kneecaps outside of my apartment, and like, but like it was literally still storm. Like winds were going, snow was going. I had like a little car, and Coach Mack has a truck, so he didn't want anyone driving to practice, and like everything was closed that day. It was terrible. I think it was negative something, you know. And he came around to everyone's apartment, to the dorms, everywhere, and picked everyone up and dropped us off at the gym. And by the time we were supposed to have practice, he was still driving around picking everyone up. So the last person he got and we were all in the gym, and we are supposed to have a hard practice probably. And he was like, you know what? You guys can just shoot. You guys can just have fun, just shoot, do shooting games or something. And at that moment, I feel like, our team was something special because any other team in the country would have canceled practice. Any other team would have just been at home on video games or watching movies or just
Yeah.
doing the regular stuff. But he picked everyone up in his truck during a snowstorm. Like I remember, I couldn't even see the road, and I was like, "This is definitely dangerous," but I trust him. So, and we made it. We all made it safely. And I feel like that day really, I think that day really brought a vision to my mind that we were going to win the championship.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I think there's, if you were to go around like and think back, there are so many stories like that at the small college level, right?
Yeah.
Like you're at Northwest Missouri State, Coach McCollum's the only guy getting you. Like they're, like that's how it is at small college.
Yeah.
And so at that level, it's so intimate. It's so, it's such a relationship based level. You, Trevor, you had a terrific career. You know, back-to-back player of the year, more than 2,800 career points. You're the MIAA Player of the Year for 3 straight years, and you won the Bevo Francis Award. You won every major award that's out there in small college basketball. You had opportunities to leave Northwest Missouri, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it that kept you at Northwest Missouri State?
There was a couple things. At first, when I first got there, I never wanted to transfer. I never wanted to go somewhere else or go D1 in the first place when I first got there.
Mm-hmm.
Then, all of a sudden I get success and, we start winning some championships and, things happen and COVID hits. And, I think Ryan Hawkins he came back
Mm-hmm.
for that year. We win again, and then he transfers. He does his 5th or 6th year,
Right.
and I think I have one more year after that. And I just thought to myself, if I still think I'm doing better or getting better, with Coach Mack, and I'm still growing and I'm still learning the game, and I know everyone at Northwest. I know all the plays. I'm a leader here. We just lost a leader. Um, I just thought to myself, why not stay? Why not just finish it? While I have success and I'm still growing under the person who believed in me in the first place. And I, relationships are a two-way street. Like he put trust in me and I put trust in him. So why would I, go away from that to go to a big D1 school that I had no idea what would happen, you know? Like I could have, God forbid, I could have got hurt if I'd transferred or something, or I could have been on the bench, or you never know with other people, but I did know that I trusted Coach Mack and he trusted me and he wanted the best for me. And that's all you can ask for in a coach. And also Northwest is a great place, for students, for athletes, for literally anyone, fans. And once you build a family for 4 years, you don't really want to leave them just for 1 year for selfish reasons. And that's probably the best way I can explain it why I stayed.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, we're in a different era, as you know, with
Yeah, for
NIL and the
sure.
transfer portal. I guess one of the things I want to point out is that you never lost an NCAA tournament game. That is remarkable. I mean, you're undefeated in the NCAA tournament. Do you understand how remarkable that is?
Uh, no, not until you said it right now. I remember seeing that after the championship, but yeah, now you just said that, and it's crazy.
So along that line, you won multiple national championships. Is any one of them more special or more unique than the others, or do they all have like a certain place in your heart?
Um, hmm. I feel like the first one was really special because we lost like five seniors or 5 or 6 seniors. They graduated, and so coming back that next season, it was kind of different, you know. Um, and we kind of motivated ourselves a little bit, with some self-talk and saying how no one believes in us because we lost five seniors in the player of the year and all sorts of stuff, and just the intensity and the focus that we had that year was like nothing else I've ever been a part of. I mean, we were completely focused every practice. We competed every practice. We made each other better each and every single day. And I'll for sure never forget that year. 38-0. Um, that was a really special one, but I'm gonna have to put my last one up there. I mean, I'm not an emotional guy like on the court at all, but if you were at that game, I was very emotional. Um, I flexed a lot. I don't even know what I did in the first half. I think I blacked out, but uh, I put my heart and soul in that last game, and you can tell if you watch the game over. But the last one definitely is probably my favorite one.
I'm glad you brought up the emotion that you were playing with. I had a chance to meet Mom at the Hall of Fame induction. She is
Hmm.
so proud. You can tell she is so proud of Trevor, and she spoke very highly of you and your family, kind of bringing them
Hmm.
along for the ride. So, how have they supported you? What's that been like for you and your family to go on this amazing journey together?
Um, it's great. I'm just happy they could be there, for me. Very blessed that they're, still here with me, and it all started with my sister, playing basketball with her outside in
Mm-hmm.
the yard. Then my dad was a chaplain for the K-State women's team, so he kind of brought me along to some practices. We went to pretty much every home game while I was growing up. So I watched a lot of basketball with that. Then, I had an older brother who used to beat me up outside on the court, so he kind of made me tough. And just just they all played a part in my success on the basketball court, and I couldn't thank them enough. And they were they were with me every step of the way, and it was very enjoyable, and very exciting, and just blessed that they were there.
All right. So, last couple of questions. You played last night, here over the weekend, kind of a pre recorded episode, but how did the game go yesterday?
um like my coach said here, we played a good 33 minutes. And then the last 7 minutes, we did not play good at all. We lost to a good team. Made some turnovers and missed some shots, and defense was kind of shaky the last 7 minutes. But overall, the game was a good game. It was a good team. We played and battled, and then it kind of fell apart at the fourth quarter. But we collected ourselves today. Had a good practice today. And we're back to it on Wednesday. So we got to get going for that one.
All right. Well, good luck on Wednesday. And last question, scheduling wise, when are you coming back to the States? And then what are you most looking forward to when you get back to the States? There's got to be something, right?
Um, when I get back to the States, I think we have a break in February, I want to say, but I'm not sure. So, I don't know how the playoffs go over here, but I know our last regular season game is like the middle of May. And I think it goes all the way until maybe June, I think, like the finals or the cup
Sure.
finals. So hopefully we get it going, and I won't be back home for a while. So hopefully I'll
That'd be
win a
good.
lot over here. But for your second question, um, hmm, I don't know. I'll probably gain like 10 pounds when I get back. I'll probably eat so much, probably Chipotle, Wingstop, probably every American fast food restaurant you can think of. Um, yeah, that's probably it.
Well, I listen. My wife and I got to go to France a couple summers ago. We loved it. You know, I'm sure as you spend more time there, as you win more games, you'll start to enjoy the finer parts of French life. But man, this has been terrific to have you on today, and so insightful for all the listeners and the small college basketball fans. We've been talking about you for 3 years on this podcast, so I'm grateful that you took the opportunity and made the time to talk today. Um, so thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You got it. And we wish you the best of luck in France. Hope to follow your career, maybe coming back to the NBA at some point, but whatever happens, best of luck. Keep playing well, and thank you for all your did for small college basketball. Congrats on the Trevor Hudgins Award.
Thank you so much.